Okay, so again, good morning, everybody. Well done for getting onto your mat this morning. And it's a really good time of the year to always start to get back into your practice if it's slipped for a little bit. So we just work up to spring day in a month, and then we can be nice and warm and really get our yoga groove on. So let's bring knees into chest. You're going to hug your knees. And if you want to do a little bit of rocking, you can roll side to side. Now, hugging knees is always the best forward bend to do. First thing, to gently stretch out your back, the backs of your thighs and your glutes after you've tightened up overnight. And now we're going to roll knees from side to side. So dropping your feet down to the sides of your mat, knees pointing up with knees bent to start. And as you exhale, rolling knees down to one side. As you're breathing in, lifting up to center. On your out breath, rolling to the opposite side. Keep gently going left to right. And we're warming up into those inner and outer thighs now, as well as deep into the hip joint. And this rolling of the thigh bones in the joint creates friction in the fluid, and that's what warms that joint fluid up. Also warming into your ligaments, tendons around the hip joints. Starting to notice the flow of the breath. And now next time you lift your knees up to center, we're going to keep them pointing up. Step your feet in just slightly closer towards each other, hip distance apart with the feet. We'll bring right ankle to left thigh, just above the knee or below the knee, whichever way you want to think of it. Press the right knee away for you for a moment. And then we're going to take our twist. So we're dropping left knee down to the floor on the left, right foot down to the floor. Lift that right knee up and keep pressing the right knee away from you. Melting down into both shoulders, nice and flat in the upper back. Nose pointing up. Unless you're me, then I'm looking at some of you on the screen. Each time you breathe out, drop deeper into your back, deeper into your arms and your spine, allowing the belly to be nice and soft. Check in with the muscles in your face, feeling your forehead, feeling the muscles around the eyes, cheeks, lips and mouth, your chin, the jawline from ears to chin. Just by feeling those places, they'll start to soften. And now we're lifting legs up to center. So left foot on the ground again, then you drop your right foot down. We're taking it to the other side. Left ankle to right thigh. Gently press that left knee forwards away from you. Help the groin release there. And then dropping right knee over to the right. Left foot down towards the floor. Still keeping that knee, that left knee pressing up away from you towards the sky. And then once more, just check that the chest is fully relaxed, shoulders and arms nice and heavy. Breathing down through the whole body. Fully releasing into the heaviness of your out-breaths. And now we're lifting legs back up to center. We're going to keep feet hip distance apart as you bring that left foot down. And once more, right ankle to your left thigh. And from there, lift the left leg up. And we'll hold onto that left leg with hands. Or you can take your strap behind the thigh and hold onto the strap. Keep pressing your right knee away from you. Drawing left thigh in. Sinking the shoulders. Sinking in the armpits to encourage the shoulders to drop. We check in with that lifted foot, the left foot, either pointing up into the toes if you feel like you need the stretch on the front of the shin or the front of the ankle, or kicking into the heel and pulling the toes down if you need more of a stretch in the back of the knee and the calf. Now don't move this right foot. Keep it where it is so we don't strain the right knee or hip joint. Bend the left knee, take the left foot down to the ground. Then take your right foot to the floor and change over. Left ankle to right thigh. Left knee moves away from you. Then we lift that right leg all the way up. Right, so again, if holding the back of the leg pulls your shoulders too close to your chest, use the strap behind the thigh. That's quite a nice one. And then just noticing if you're leaning more to the left or right side of your lower back, or the left or the right side of your bum, center yourself completely. And then if you're pointing the toes on the other side, you point those right toes up, or you flex, do whatever you did on the other side. So again, we keep that left ankle where it is. Don't move your left foot yet. Bend your right knee and drop the right foot down to the floor. And then we take the left foot down again. And once more, a few rolls, so feet a little bit wider apart, and take the knees left to right. So now really tuning into and becoming super aware of your breath. Completely focused on that breath flow as it moves in and out through you. Next time, knees point up. Like keep them pointing up. Step your feet into hip distance apart. We're going to need the strap. And we're taking it over the right foot. So kicking right heel up. Remember, guys, your strap goes over base of toes, not over the arch of the foot. And make sure that that strap is nice and even across the two sides of the foot so that you can push into it evenly. So we're going to keep that left knee bent so that you can really relax the inner thigh and the front of the hip and the groin. And our focus of today's class, we're going to be doing twisting. So that twisting action is so great for really getting into the fascia, like the tension in the fascia, because we're working with a lot of deep contraction and then holding that deep contraction and then coming to the release. And when you come to the release, that opens up the energy flow in the fascia. Okay, now we're going to reach up with left hand, hold onto your strap or your foot, and we'll take our twist over, dropping left knee to the ground, right leg over your body. Once you've taken that leg over, press the right shoulder flat into the floor again and check in with your neck. So let's point the nose straight up to the sky or gently turning your head towards the right. Don't look towards the leg and foot that is crossing over your body. And with each exhale, dropping deeper into the shoulder blades, deeper into that upper spine, the backs of the shoulders and armpits. And then keeping your belly drawing in, and lift the right leg all the way up. Take the strap off, right foot to the ground, strap over your left foot. Okay, so right knee is bent, right foot on the floor with the knee pointing up to the sky. And just holding it here for a few breaths. And really sink, excuse me, really sink your upper arms down towards the floor to help the back muscles soften and release, to help your throat and your chest soften and release. And now reaching up with your right hand, I'm going to take the twist over to the other side, dropping right knee to the floor, left leg goes over. It can go as far over as you want, so long as that left shoulder, shoulder blade, and upper back do not lift off the ground. Feeling how your body sinks into the floor with each out breath. And allowing yourself to use that sinking sensation to really release into it to help release your body. And then belly tight. Then you lift up to center. Take your strap off. We're going to bring knees into chest again. And from here, either rolling onto one side or gently rocking yourself all the way up, making our way to sitting. So back up nice and straight. And if cross ankles doesn't feel comfortable on knees or hips, you stretch your legs out in front of you, big toes together touching. Okay, now we're going to bring hands together in front of your chest, interlace your fingers, and press your palms down towards the floor in front of your ankles. That's great. Now with your inhale, you're going to lift the arms all the way up. As you exhale, sweeping hands back down again. And then we keep going in your own time. Now as the arms go up, you'll notice your neck tightens, the shoulders tighten, and if that's very tight for you, then you bend the elbows. Now, next time we lift the arms up, we're going to stay there. And from here, we're moving into some twists with the breath. So we're going to make sure that your belly keeps squeezing in nice and tight. Don't lose that even though you're breathing in and out. So on your next exhale, we twist to one side, hand behind you, hand to the outside of the leg. On an inhale, sweep your arms up over your head. As you exhale, circle to the other side. And then keep going with your breath. Inhale to go up, exhale down. And again, as the arms go up, if it's too tight on shoulders or neck, bend your elbows or take your arms wider apart. So the closer the arms get together, the more stretch you'll get in the outer upper arm and in your sides. But don't bring the hands in closer together at the expense of your neck and shoulders. So if you need to, arms go wider or elbows bend. And now next time your arms go up over your head, keep them there for a moment. Really stretch into fingers. Notice how that lifting the arms up, the more you try and stretch up, the more the knees will lift. Everything in the body is connected. Keeping your spine and your chest lifting high. On an exhale, arms come down. And now stretching your legs straight out in front of you. We're taking a twist. So we're going to bend the right knee up. Hold on with your left hand or your left elbow. Lift your heart as you breathe in and twist all the way around. Right hand behind you, either palm flat on the ground or up on fingertips. If you're on fingertips, elbow is bent. Then stretch into your left heel. Keep that left heel on the floor and pull your toes back towards your knee. And now once you're in the twist, difficult to breathe into your belly. So we're trying to inhale into these back ribs. Each time you breathe in, try and feel for an expansion of your back ribs with the breath. Keep your tall spine as you twist forward. Take the right leg out in front of you. Bend the left knee up. Lift your heart first, then twist around. Keep stretching your right heel forward. Each inhale lifts the chest. Each exhale taking shoulders towards your spine. But still trying to feel for that breath moving into your back body. The expansion of the back ribs. And then from here, untwisting yourself again. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. So onto all fours. And when you're ready, rolling with your breath. Inhale to lift the chest and your face. Exhale to round up. Gently pressing the feet down into the mat behind you. If your toes are tucked under, you gently squeeze the toes into the mat. Otherwise, gently pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. And then coming back into your flat spine, we're going to baby down dog, walking arms forwards. And then let's take it into a twist here. So you're threading your right arm under your chest, right shoulder to the ground, keeping those hips straight up over your knees. And slowly and gently reaching the right arm forwards and changing, taking the left arm under. And now coming back up onto hands and knees. Now we're going to tuck toes under, lift your knees, stretch back into downwards facing dog. Hanging your head down, soften the sides and back of your neck. And then walking your feet forwards to your hands. Come into your forward hang over your thighs. If you need to, you bend your knees or pedal your knees. Keep gently pressing the knees out away from each other. And then taking yourself back into your down dog. From down dog, we're going to drop down onto shins again. Coming onto hands and knees. Get knees under hips, arms under shoulders. And now, guys, we're going to be twisting with the breath, but you're keeping your hands under the line of the shoulders. Okay, so we're not doing the version where you bring your hand under your face. When you bring your hand to the ground, the arm goes under the shoulder. Okay, so balancing on your left hand. On an inhale, lift your right arm up. As you exhale, bring your hand down under your shoulder. As you breathe in, left arm lifts. As you exhale, hand comes down. Okay, keep looking down at the floor, round about where the hands are or between the hands, and keep going. So inhale to lift, exhale to take the hand down. And it's fine if you don't keep your shoulder over your wrist. So you can really lean off to the side if you want to. Just make sure your palm and all your fingers are flat on the ground. Don't lift your thumb or the base of the thumb. And we'll do one more lift. And next time your hand comes down, we're going back up into downwards facing dog. So knees to the sky. And once more, taking feet forwards to hands, standing forward bend at the top of the mat. On an inhale, we're going to come all the way up to standing. And on your exhale, bringing hands down. Okay, now we're going to come into our standing version of half frog. So bringing your feet hip distance apart. And we're going to balance on right foot. Reach for the right foot. Then bring your knees together and squeeze your heel in towards your bum. You're welcome to reach back with both hands. If you're reaching back with both hands, don't pull your foot over to the center line of your body like that. Keep that right heel on the right side of your body. And shoulders to spine. And from here, we're going to bring right knee into your chest. Try not to touch the floor. So we're going straight into a nice balance here. And now bringing your left hand onto your left hip. Hold onto that right leg with your right hand. Maybe it's hand under the knee, maybe over the knee or the shin. And open your knee out to the right. So guys, as you do that, don't twist your pelvis to the side. Keep those hips nice and square. So if the hips are square, you won't be able to get that knee all the way out to the right. It will be out at a diagonal angle to your chest and your pelvis. Yeah, well done. Bringing knee forward, foot down to the ground. And then align the feet. And we take it to the other side. Left foot comes up. Once you've got your foot, get the knees together. And then you're welcome to hold on again with both hands, because that's quite a nice stretch in the chest. The other thing you want to make sure is you're not dipping the one shoulder down. Keep those shoulders nice and square. Hug the inner thighs into each other. Don't let the knee pop forward. And keep pressing that right big toe down for your balance. Now try not to touch the floor, bringing your knees through to your chest. And once you're holding onto your shin or your knee or even the back of the thigh, lift the chest up and draw shoulders to spine without tilting into your back. And then we're opening knee out to the side, hand to hip. Once more, that leg and knee will, or the thigh and the knee will go out at a diagonal angle, not 90 degrees to the side. Good. Bringing knee forwards, foot down to the floor. And now we're back up at the top of our mat. We're going to move into a few sun salutations. So on your inhale, arms float up. On your exhale, forward fold over your thighs. As you breathe in, lengthen your chest forward. And then make your way back to down dog. Keep breathing. Next inhale, coming forwards to plank. As you breathe out, lower yourself. If you need to, drop those knees, guys. Don't let the shoulders collapse to the floor. On your inhale, coming to your back bend, cobra or upwards dog, and then taking it back, hold your down dog. Fully hanging your head down, fully relaxing your neck again. From here, take your feet forwards to your hands, standing forward bend at the top of the mat. As you exhale, sink down deep over thighs, and on an inhale, float up, arms over your head. Staying standing as you exhale, either arms to sides or hands to chest. As you breathe in, arms go straight up again. On your exhale, fold down over your legs. On the inhale, half lift, stretch the heart, and then taking yourself back to down dog. Keep breathing. Either staying in your down dog or on your in-breath, coming forwards into your plank, lowering down. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. When you're ready, taking yourself back to hold your down dog again. And once more, taking feet forwards to hands. And now when you get to the top of the mat, you're going to stay in your forward bend, feet as wide as hips. And we're going to take twist like you did when you were on the floor, on your shins, but this time it's hands underneath your nose. So we'll bring left hand underneath your face or fingertips, and on an inhale, lift your right arm. On an exhale, hand comes down. As you breathe in, opposite arm lifts. As you exhale, bringing it down. And then keep going side to side with the breath, all in your own time. Choose if you're going to be twisting your head or you're going to keep looking down. Each time you breathe out, squeeze into the belly. One more lift of the arm to each side. After you've done those 2 lifts, you're going to take your feet out a little bit wider apart, turn the toes out, and sit down into a squat. So either elbows to insides of knees or elbows on thighs. Try to shift your weight to the outer edges of the feet. Press out with the outer calves. Lift up with the inner ankles. So the most of your weight in the feet should be on the outer edge of the foot in your squat, not in the big toe and the inner heel. Awesome, guys. Standing forward bend, bum to the sky. Turn the feet parallel. Reach your arms back behind you. Find your hands behind your back and hang your head. Fully relaxing into your face here. Keep your weight tipping into your toes. As you tip your weight to your toes and your head, don't lean into your inner ankles again. Keep lifting the arches of the feet up. Keep lifting the inner ankles up. On an inhale, lifting up to standing. We're going to keep arms back, feet hip distance apart. And now lift your toes off the ground. Try and lift them all off the floor and bend into your knees. That bending into the knees will give you more of an arch in your lower back. If that doesn't feel good for you, don't bend the knees or don't bend them so deep. Keep trying to pull your baby toes off the floor. Okay, really work the strengthening of the muscles in the inner arches of the feet. Strengthening the ankles and the shins. Okay, coming all the way up and release your arms, but keep shoulders back. So we're moving into our poses. With an inhale, arms go up. On your exhale, forward fold. After you lengthen, we're going to take right leg back into a lunge. And let's twist. Right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky, or left hand on your left hip or on the pelvis. So careful here that you're not crunching your chest back towards your left hip. Lengthen through the spine. Lengthen through the top of your head. And then we're going to keep the legs as they are. Lift both arms up to warrior one. Now careful as you lift, guys. Make sure that left knee doesn't go back behind the heel. Anissa, take your knee a bit forward. Perfect. Great. Holding it there. On an exhale, taking the hands to the ground. We're going to step forwards to the top of the mat. We're going to do one float up and down with the breath. On your inhale, rise, arms over the head, straight back down as you exhale. And then from there, left leg back into your lunge for the twist on the other side. Right heel under the right knee, left hand stays down, right arm to the sky or right hand on your right hip. Check in with your back heel, lift your back heel nice and high to help the back leg muscles firm. And then keeping legs as they are, arms come up to warrior one. Again, check that front knee doesn't move back as you lift. Keep it over the heel. And then taking hands to the mat. We're stepping back into downwards facing dog, guys. And from here, coming down onto all fours. Taking your right leg back behind you, tuck toes into the floor. Stretch back into that right heel. Bring your right hand underneath your nose. And twist. Left arm up to the sky, or again, like your lunge, left hand on the hip or on your sacrum. The more you lift your left shoulder, the more you're going to lift your right hip so that you stay strong in the belly and the core. Keep breathing. And then bringing your hand down and your knee down. Other leg back. Get that left knee nice and straight. Squeeze back into the heel. Left hand comes under your nose. Then the right arm goes up. Same awareness here. Each time your shoulder goes higher, left hip goes higher as well. Don't drop the hip to lift the shoulder, or vice versa. And bringing hand and knee down. Good, guys. Back into your downwards facing dog. From down dog, taking feet forwards to hands. Sink down over your thighs. On an inhale, float yourself up to standing. Exhaling, arms to sides or hands to chest. Okay, on an in-breath, reach your arms up. On your exhale, forward fold. From here, we're stepping back with the right leg again. We'll take knees to the ground. Low lunge. Lift your chest, reach your arms back. Find your hands behind you. Okay, so as that right hip goes forward, guys, don't twist the inner thigh forward. Inner thigh twists back towards your heel behind you. And our legs stay as they are. You take arms up to warrior one. From warrior one arms, we're going to twist chest to the left, right hand outside the left leg, left arm wraps back behind you. So 3 ways you can turn your face, either looking forward or to the left or back over your left shoulder. Keep that left knee over your heel. Don't lean it in towards the right. And gently untwisting yourself and taking hands to the ground. You lift your back knee and step forward to your forward fold. We're going to float up and down again. On an inhale, arms reach up over your head, not holding it there, but fall straight back down over thighs again. And then left leg back for your low lunge on the other side. Left knee down, right heel under the right knee. We lift and take your arms back. Okay, so like the other side, even though the hip is going forward on the left, twist the left inner thigh back towards your left heel. And legs stay as they are, reaching your arms up alongside your ears. And moving into the twist. Chest turns to the right, right arm back behind you, left hand outside the right leg. But don't pull that knee over. Keep the knee over the heel. And lifting your heart higher with each in-breath. Slowly untwisting, taking palms to the ground. We're stepping forwards to the top of the mat again. Now we're staying in our forward bend. Once more, take your arms back behind you. Find your hands behind your back. Dropping the top of the head down towards the floor. You'll really focus on your breath here. And on an in-breath, we're coming all the way up to standing. We're staying standing. Release your arms. Okay, guys, we're going to go into a tree pose. And we're going to throw in a little twisty challenge in your tree if you want to do it. So we'll balance on the left foot first. We're bringing either right heel to ankle or foot to calf or foot to inner thigh. Okay, stay off the knee. You guys all know that. And then either keeping hands on hips if you're unstable. And guys, remember, you can always do this with your back against the wall. Lean against the wall to help you balance. Or you can bring hands to chest or arms to the sky. Just hold it there. Now, either staying in your tree, or if you want a little bit of a challenge, you reach your arms slowly out to the side. Or take the left arm forward and the right arm back. Very handy if you have a wall right behind you. So move really slowly, guys. Slowly twisting forwards. Okay, you don't have to do the twist. And maybe taking it to the other side, right arm forward, left arm back. Maybe it's just a very little twist, or maybe you can get all the way around with the chest. And then coming forwards again, releasing the arms down, stepping foot to the ground. Well done. So wiggle out those hips. And then we take it to the other side. So check your right toes, point straight forward. When you're ready, left foot to left leg. Either keeping hands on hips, or hands to heart, or arms to the sky. Now either staying like that or taking your arms out to the side. And then if you're twisting, right arm forward, left arm back. And the slower you go into it, the better balance you'll have as you move. Squeeze that right big toe down. And then slowly coming forward. Taking left arm forward, right hand back. Slowly coming forwards again. And then releasing arms down and foot to the ground. Good, guys. Okay, we're going to take it out into wide legs. Feet are parallel to each other. Turn those big toes in slightly. Hands on hips so you can pull the shoulders all the way back. Anissa, check your feet. Toes are out on the left foot. Yeah, good. Okay, on an exhale, folding down. And now we're going to bring hands to the floor directly under your shoulders again. Just like we did on hands and knees, we're going to do our lifts of the arms, but you keep looking at the ground. So on an inhale, right arm lifts. On your exhale, hand comes to the floor under your shoulder or fingers to the ground. Inhale to lift, exhale to sweep down. Keep going in your own time. Keep looking at the floor. Keep the breath flowing. And then taking one more lift with each arm. After you've done that, hands under your shoulders again or fingertips on the ground. Turn your heels in slightly and let's take our side lunges, left to right. Hands stay to center, guys. And each time your knee bends, lean back into your bum, stretch the chest forward so we're flattening out the spine as much as possible. And now next time you bend into your right knee, we're going to hold it there. Still hands haven't moved, they're still at center where you started. Lift the inner ankles up high. And then breathing yourself to center and off to the other side. Keep trying to flatten your spine, guys. Don't round your back. Back to center again. And now this time, again, over to the right. Bend the right knee, left leg straight. Bring your left hand to where your right hand is and twist the right arm up. So again, you can keep looking down or you can look up to that right hand. And breathing the right hand down. Legs straighten, both hands under your shoulders to start. Then we bend that left knee. Right hand comes to where the left hand is and twist the left arm up. Bringing the left hand down. Come back to center. Turn the feet parallel once more. If you need to go wide or narrow with the feet, go for it. And then fold yourself all the way down into your Prasarita Padottanasana. Feel all the muscles in your whole face. Soften the forehead. Soften your cheeks and your mouth. And relax your eyes. And rolling yourself all the way up. And either heel toe or step or hop your feet in together. Cool, guys. So we're going to come back up to the top of the mat. We're going to be taking a twisting triangle. On an in-breath, lift your arms up over your head. On your out-breath, folding down over your thighs. From here, let's take right leg back. Turn the right heel in and down to the floor and stretch both legs straight. We'll ground your right hand either on the floor inside the foot or on your ankle, your shin, or on the outer edge of the foot. And guys, if you're going for hand on the outer edge of the foot, if you're going for the full deep pose, make sure your thumb is flat on the ground. Don't do it on fingertips. Do it palm flat on the floor. If you can't do that, bring your hand to the inside of the foot or on the ankle, shin. And then let's twist. Left arm all the way up. Now you can look to the floor, or if you really want to play with the balance, you turn your head to look to that top hand. Okay, those of you that I can see, it's good form, everyone. Reggie, bring your right hand closer to your left foot. Yes, good. And then bringing hand down and stepping forwards to the top of the mat. Now we change. Take your left leg back. Turn the left heel in and down. Both knees straighten. Okay, balancing on your left hand. And it might be in a different place from the other side. Okay, when you're ready, twisting up with the right hand. Yes, again, you can look to the floor, or if you really want to challenge yourself, you look up to the right hand, or up towards the right thumb. Don't let that back heel lift. Okay, good, guys, all looking good. Well done. Hand to the floor, and from here you're stepping back into downwards facing dog. We're going to hold down dog for a full minute. If you don't want to do full down dog, you can always come down onto shins and do baby down dog, or just come down into child's pose and rest. So I'm timing you from here. And you know, they always talk about weight bearing exercise, guys. Down dog is a weight bearing exercise. Because you've got your whole body weight pushing into your legs and into your arms. So weight bearing exercise is good for building bone density as well as muscle strength. So your muscle strength, just like with the bone density, you've got the weight of your body pushing into the bones that makes them stronger. Same thing with the muscles. You've got the weight of the muscles pushing into into each other, your whole body pushing into your muscles. That makes the muscles stronger because there's a resistance there. Okay, 10 more seconds here, guys. And it's always a great thing to remember back to your very first down dogs that you ever tried. And maybe it was a very long time ago, like mine, but I can still remember how sore my wrists were and how I could only do them for about 5 seconds. The idea of doing a down dog for a minute was like an impossible. And here we are, and it's like, a minute's not so bad, hey? Okay, let's come down onto shins. Well done. We're going to make our way to seated, guys. So that was actually a little bit longer than a minute. So good job, guys. But I think all of you are so strong in your down dogs now. A minute really does feel kind of like, yeah, whatever. You need to try for like 3 minutes for a real challenge, or 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to come to cross ankles. And either taking the twist around to the side, so we're going off to the right if you want to have your chest higher, or a little bit deeper with hands to chest, and then taking left elbow down to the right leg. And then if you're doing the version with elbow down and it feels uncomfortable in your feet or your ankles, you might want to try crossing the other shin in front. Sometimes that makes a difference in the comfort even in the knees. We're coming all the way up, and we'll change the cross of the legs and either twisting around to the left with the chest up high, or hands to chest and right elbow down to left thigh. So guys, apologies if you're hearing all kinds of bumps and scrapes as we practice. I've got this cat that is able to climb up into my roof, so I can't actually lock him in the bedroom while we're practicing. He keeps escaping and jumping down. And then coming all the way up or back to center. And we're opening out into Upavishta legs, wide legs. Oh goodness, sorry. I'm busy watching potential disasters about to happen here with these kittens. Oh goodness. Okay, so legs out to the side, flex your ankles, and then we're going to come into our Upavishtajana Shasana. So let's actually bring left foot in first. We keep that right leg out. Remember, big toe and second toe, keep pointing straight up, and then tipping forwards onto hands. And straight leg, the bum stays on the ground on that side. Don't lift the right bum. If you want to go further, you can, so long as you do not lift the hips. You can also take elbows to the floor, and taking elbows to the floor tends to round the back a little bit. So if you're taking forearms down, don't slump into your head. Keep the chest lifting. Keep the neck extending in the throat. And then walking your hands all the way up. And we'll open that left leg out. Bring the right foot in. Okay. Flex the ankle. Keep toes pointing straight up. And when you're ready, tipping forward, either onto hands or forearms. Again, lengthen through the front of the body. Don't look back at your towards your chest or your groin. And it's always something we want to do. Me, even after 18 years of doing my practice and knowing the alignment fully, every time I come into my forward bends, I like to drop my head. So it just seems to be something that we naturally want to do, but our yoga is not a natural thing. We're working against nature in yoga. So we just got to remind ourselves, keep the chest lifted, keep the head lifted. Unless your face is on the floor, of course. Okay, coming all the way up, opening your leg out. And now we're going to bring feet together. Okay, and we're going to take Ardha Matsyendrasana, our half Lord of the Fishes. So bend the right knee up. Okay, do not lift your bum off the floor. Keep your bum down on both sides as you bring left foot under your right thigh, not under your right bum. Right bum is still on the mat. Good. You bring that, don't have the knee out to the side, bring the knee forward. And then if it's comfortable, stepping your foot over. And if you can, you get the foot to the ground. That just gives you that deeper stretch in the outer hip. If you're really tight in the outer hip, that means your bum muscles, particularly here. If you're really tight, then the foot won't go to the ground. Okay, so you twist towards that top thigh. Other way, Anissa. Yes. Okay, and then if you want to go deeper, you inhale to lift your arm up. On your exhale, arm to the outside of your leg. Okay, so again, I always find whenever I'm in these twists, my chin drops and I look slightly towards the ground. So try and keep the base of the chin parallel to the floor. Raise your arm to the outside of the leg. Don't keep your arm up. You're going to over tighten your shoulder. Bring that left arm down and twist, arm to the outside. Yeah, there we go. And hold around your knee. Yeah. And I can't see your, I can only see like from your elbow up, so I can't actually see what's happening with your legs. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Okay, Anisha, that's great. That's so great to see you. Okay, awesome, guys. Keep bum on the floor as you untwist and take legs out in front of you. And then we go to the other side. So left knee bends up, left foot on the ground. Keep your bum down. Right foot underneath the left thigh. Bring your knee to point forwards because that helps. If your knee's out to the side, it's very difficult to get the foot over. So knee as close to the foot as you can, then maybe stepping left foot over, but don't lift your bum off the ground. Keep the left bum down. Lift your heart. We're twisting towards the left leg, holding on with the right elbow. Or if you're going deeper, inhale to lift the right arm. Exhale onto the outside of the left thigh or knee. Keep sinking your weight into that left bum. Feel the breath and keep the breath flowing. And then the spine stays tall. Lift your heart as you untwist. And then undo your legs. And we're going back into our wide legs. Going to turn your chest towards the right. Right hand behind you. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Give it a good swivel in the waist and the chest and the shoulders. And then you can take it into the forward bend, sliding your hand down the outside of that right leg, either keeping right hand on the ground on the outside of the leg or crossing over to the inside. Just like your Upavishtajana Shavasana, keep both thighs, both thumbs on the ground. You're looking forwards towards your right ankle or shin or foot. And then coming up to center. On an exhale, we twist it around to the other side. Either staying like that or sliding right hand down the outside of the left leg. Maybe left hand stays on the floor or crosses over to the inside. And press back and down with the right bum and thigh. Don't lift them. Looking forwards towards your left shin, ankle or toes. Good, guys. We come back up to center. And let's take a Botha Kanasana. Soles of the feet together. Remember, those heels don't have to be in super close. They can be out in front of the line of your knees. You can even take a diamond-shaped leg here if you prefer. And then we tip forwards towards your feet. Don't hold the toes. Hold the arches of the feet or the ankles. Or maybe if you're a bit deeper, you want to reach the arms forwards. That encourages the spine to flatten by taking the chest forward rather than letting it move back. When the hands are back on the feet, then the chest tends to move back as well. Good, guys. Coming up, both legs straight. And reaching forwards and folding over your thighs. Keep the big toes together. Be super aware of your breath again. Follow the breath in through the nose, to your chest, to your back. And that same breath flowing back out again. And now you're going to lift yourself up and you're going to lie down onto your back where you started the class. So we close the circle of yoga. Finish where we started today. Bending the knees. And bring your feet together. Knees together. We're going to do one last twist We'll cross right thigh over the left thigh in your eagle legs, and then drop your knees over to the left. So if right leg is on top, knees go over to the left. Flatten the shoulders down. Nose points straight up, or gently turning your face towards the right. Allow the belly to soften. Allow the chest and shoulders to relax. And rolling your legs back up to center. And changing the cross. Left thigh over the right. So if left thigh is on top, knees drop over to the right. And once more, sink into the shoulder blades. Flatten down into your upper back. And relax the arms. Feel the abdomen soften and release. If you're turning your face to the left, make sure the sides and back of the neck are relaxed. Lifting legs back up to center. And we're going to bring knees to chest. Give yourself a hug and a squeeze. Or take your legs to happy baby. Rocking side to side if you want to. Or holding to center if you prefer. And then hugging your knees into your chest one more time. And from there, we're going to move into our Shavasana. Just stretch the legs out. Well, guys, if you want to do legs up the wall, you can always do legs up the wall or lie on your side or any rest position that feels most comfortable for you. Notice your breath again. Each time you breathe out, dropping deeper into your body. Allowing all the tension to dissolve now so that you can fully rest. Now taking your awareness down to hands and feet, and starting to wake up your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles, making the small movements that you like to make at the end of your Shavasana to reconnect. When you're ready, taking in a deep breath, reaching out, having a stretch. You're going to carefully make your way up to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste, everyone. Thanks, guys.